2100 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ali Ahmed. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed to expedite the process of privatization of various government organizations and state-owned properties. Foreign Minister says India is committing blatant human rights violations in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. ECC has approved a host of measures to facilitate overseas Pakistanis to send their remittances through official banking channels. Special Assistant on National Health Services says federal and provincial governments are working in cohesion to contain the coronavirus. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops continued cordon and search operations across the Kashmir Valley and different areas of Jammu region, causing huge inconvenience to the residents. And the 17th match of Pakistan Super League is underway between Lahore Qalandars and Islamabad United in Lahore. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed to expedite the process of privatization of various government organizations and state-owned properties in the country. Chairing a high-level meeting in Islamabad today, the Prime Minister ordered the authorities concerned that inter-ministerial coordination should be improved to facilitate privatization process in an effective manner. Imran Khan said privatization of non-profit organizations and unutilized properties is the best interest of the country. Meanwhile, chairing a high-level meeting in Islamabad today on establishment of new special economic zones in various parts of the country, the Prime Minister reiterated the government's resolve to provide all-out facilities and enabling environment to the business community. The meeting decided to resolve all issues regarding special economic zones at the level of provincial governments. Planning Minister Asad Umar informed the meeting that work on compiling economic growth strategy regarding Gilgit-Baltistan is in process, which also includes development of industrial sector. The Prime Minister emphasized to utilize the tourism potential of Gilgit-Baltistan and to establish special zones with respect to tourism. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Pakistan is moving on the road to development with accelerated development spending. In a tweet, he said the rupee is stable, current account deficit down by 73%, exports growing and cement sales has risen. President Arif Alvi says despite Indian belligerence, Pakistan has always made continuous strides for the peace in the region. Addressing an international conference on global strategic threat and response in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan understands the value of peace and rejects war. He said Prime Minister Imran Khan in his first speech talked about peace with India. The president strongly regretted the killing of Muslims and other minorities in India. Arif Alvi said peace is elusive in the world and it cannot be achieved through wars. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the Indian steps over since 5th of August last year are proving to be dangerous for regional peace. Talking to the former US Senator Cameron Munter in Islamabad, he said India is committing blatant human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. The Foreign Minister said the Indian government's controversial legislation is also taking a heavy toll on Indian Muslims in terms of human and material losses. Pakistan-US relations and US-Taliban peace deal were also discussed at the meeting. Economic Coordination Committee has approved a host of measures to encourage and facilitate the overseas Pakistanis to send their remittances through official banking channels. The approval was granted at a meeting in Islamabad today with advisor to the Prime Minister on Finance, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh in the chair. The committee approved a technical supplementary grant of 9.6 billion rupees during the current financial year to finance the initiatives. Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashikawan says the position has played a commendable role by supporting legislation for the protection of children's rights in Upper House today. Talking to the newsmen in Islamabad this evening, she said the legislation will be helpful to materialize the vision of Prime Minister Imran Khan. She said those involved in violating children's rights will be brought to the book. This is Radio Pakistan. Special Assistant on National Health Services Dr. Zafar Mirza says the federal and provincial governments are working in cohesion to contain the coronavirus. Talking to media persons in Rawalpindi today, he said it is because of our efforts that the virus has not spread in Pakistan the way it hit some other countries. The Special Assistant said we are in constant touch with our students in China and they are being fully taken care of with help of China. Interior Minister Ijaz Shah has expressed the government's resolve to overcome coronavirus threat through effective measures. Talking to South Korean Ambassador Kwak Seung-kyu in Islamabad today, he said the government has taken all the precautionary measures at all borders and airports to counter this threat. The minister said coronavirus-affected patients in Pakistan are out of danger and situation is under control in this regard. Pakistan and Iran have agreed to work together against the spreading of coronavirus. The agreement came at a telephonic conversation between Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and his Iranian counterpart Javad Zarif today. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan extends its full support to Iran to cope with the outbreak of coronavirus. He said Pakistan regrets the loss of precious lives in Iran due to the epidemic outbreak. Shah Mahmood Qureshi thanked the Iranian foreign minister for highlighting the Indian atrocities against Indian Muslims. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa says a spirit of sacrifice and patriotism plays a key role in enabling soldiers to confront multifarious challenges in diverse terrain. He said this during his visit to training area near Kharian to witness the closing ceremony of International Pakistan Army Team Spirit competition. The Army Chief also distributed prizes among the winners and runners-up. In the competition, Karachi Corps was declared overall the best team, Multan Corps runner-up, while Rawalpindi Corps remained third. Turkey clinched gold medal in international teams, while Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka and South African teams were awarded silver medal. Pakistan Air Force got bronze medal. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops continued cordon and search operations across the Kashmir Valley and different areas of Jammu region, causing huge inconvenience to their residents. The troops arrested several youths during door-to-door searches and crackdown operations in different areas of Srinagar, Budgam, Ganderbal, Kupwara, Baramulla, Baripur, Islamabad, Pulwama, Shipaiya, Kulgam, Ramban, Kishtwar, Doda, Rajouri and Poonch districts. 5 of the arrested youths were taken into the custody from Marwa area of Kishtwar alone. These military operations have created an atmosphere of fear and harassment among the locals. Hurriyat leaders Shabbir Ahmed Dar and Umar Adil Dar, in their statements in Srinagar, condemned the crackdown operations and arrest of the youths. In Afghanistan, the United States has conducted an airstrike against Taliban fighters in Helmand province. Spokesman for the U.S. forces in Afghanistan in a tweet said it was a first attack since a troop withdrawal agreement was signed between the two sides. He said the Taliban fighters were actively attacking an Afghan National Security Forces checkpoint, and this was a defensive strike to disrupt the attack. And now, with reference to the PSL, in the 17th match of Pakistan Super League in Lahore, Islamabad United has set a victory target of 199 for Lahore Qalandars. Early Islamabad United scored 198 for the loss of 3 wickets in allotted overs. And finally, the weather. Rain with thunderstorm is continuing in Islamabad and Rawalpindi. The Met Office has forecast more rain with winds thunderstorm in Islamabad, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Northeast Balochistan, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir, while rain with dust racing winds is also expected in Upper Sindh during the next 24 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk. And for the live video streaming of our bulletins, visit the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.